Hello, I'm Robbie, and today we're creating El Gordo, the Spanish fatty. For those of you new to the channel, a fatty is a barbecued food product from America, and I made one a couple of summers ago and the video has been quite popular. Got a bit of cult status if I'm honest. The basic premise is bits of bacon and cheese encased in some kind of tomb of sausage meat, surrounded by bacon with a bit of barbecue sauce layered over the top of it, and it's really good. As I said, made one a couple of summers ago, very, very tasty indeed. Now I'm keen to innovate and push the boundaries of fatty making. That's why today we're creating El Gordo, the Spanish fatty. Let's get to work. Alright birds, calm down. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the actual physical fatty. What I've got here is I've got some sausage meat. That's just generic sausage meat. I don't know if you can get Spanish sausage meat outside of Spain. I don't know if they even have it. That's what that is, but the Spanish bits here are chorizo. So I've just fried a little bit of cooking chorizo in that little bowl there. Just fried it with some olive oil inside. And to mix it up a bit, I've also got some of these things that are called chorizo coins that came from Sainsbury's. So I've got those. Those are replacing the bacon that normally lives within the heart of the fatty. But instead of the cheddar, last time we used cheddar and red Leicester cheese, but this time I've gone for manchego because that's a Spanish cheese, I believe, and I've never had it before, but I'm not that into cheese. I like melted cheese, but not like raw, hard cheese, or unmelted. So, but people I know who like cheese go, how good manchego is. Anyway, it's Spanish, that's what we're doing. So let's crack on and create El Gordo. First things first, oh no, I forgot something. Back in a second. So as I say, it's been 2 years since I made a fatty, so I forgot one of the key fatty things, and that is you have to make a bacon lattice for it. So I've just got some unsmoked streaky bacon. I don't know if there's a Spanish equivalent of that. I don't know if you can get Iberico bacon or something, but I haven't got it if there is. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this out on my cling film. I've got a tray with cling film on it, and that's just to help roll it up later. You don't really need the cling film essentially, but I'm just going to lay this out first of all in a little bed of bacon. Okay, so once you've done that, you've basically got loads of bits of streaky bacon laid out lengthways. What you do is you fold them over. You fold every alternate one over, and then you start to weave bacon the other way through it. So that's them folded over, and these bits of bacon just go across the way. So it's quite a long fatty, so I'm going to do 2 pieces, and then you fold these back over. Hi kitty. Then you fold the opposite ones over, if that makes sense, and then you can just weave a bed of bacon for your sausage meat to sleep upon. Okay, so there we go. That is the bacon bed that will form El Gordo's outer shell, if you will. So the next level in El Gordo is this sausage meat. So what we're going to do, we're going to get it. I've got a couple of packs of sausage meat here, but I've got a spare one in the fridge if needs be. And we're just going to flatten it down. I'll do it with my hands first of all, just to try and make it into a sort of flat thing. And then I'm going to put it on here and just try and smear it out a little bit. I think I might need that other pack, to be honest. Depends how thin I can get El Gordo's sausagey business. You don't really want to go to the very top, I don't think, of the bacon, because you sort of want to have a bit of bacon overlap. So I'm just going to make it bits thinner here. Yeah, this is going to be enough, I think. There we go. A layer of sausage meat. Right, the next level of the fatty is quite often to put some kind of spice rub or something like that on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a bit of paprika though, because paprika's a bit Spanishy, isn't it? So I'm just going to get a couple of teaspoons, just spread it out over the interior of the fatty. That's probably enough. It's quite hard to spread it evenly. I haven't got one of those spice things that's got the shaky bit, unfortunately. So let's do that. I'm just going to rub it in, spread it across the meat. If anyone's interested, by the way, in why it's called El Gordo, I asked people on Twitter for a good name for a Spanish fatty, and I had loads of good ideas. And a couple of people came back and suggested El Gordo, which is Spanish for fatty. And one guy, Michael, said the reason he knows that is because he was once on a holiday to Tenerife and some teenagers shouted El Gordo at him. So there you go. Now it's turned out useful. So who's laughing now? Got the bacon. We've got the sausage meat, and we've got the paprika spread all over that. Now we're going to put the middle of the fatty in, which is going to be this cooking chorizo. I'm just going to spread that fairly evenly across it. Fairly evenly. Go there. And we're going to get a few of these chorizo coins as well. Space those out a bit. I don't think you want to go too close to the end of the fatty because you've got to close it up afterwards. So there we go. And then the manchego. And I think I might have got far too much manchego. We'll see. I'm very good at judging cheese quantity requirements. So that's the open, unadulterated fatty. And now we need to roll it up, and this way you don't want it to go wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the cling film to help roll the fatty over, and hopefully it's going to enclose the outside. I think I might have overfilled this. I'm not sure I've got my outside big enough. No, I'm getting more sausage meat. Back in a second. More sausage meat. To give you an idea of quantities, this will be 3 packs of sausage meat I'll have used just from a supermarket, and a couple of packs of streaky bacon. What I'm going to do here is just extend the edge of the fatty using this. It means the bacon might not go all the way over. I think I've got a bit greedy in the amount of middle I put in the fatty. So I'm going to put this across the edge slightly, and then I'm going to try and roll it again. I think this means the bacon might not go all the way around. Okay, let's try again. We're folding it. Just squash that down. I'm going to fold the other side as well. See if it can meet. Just about there. Yeah, that's pretty good. And what I'm going to do, because there's a little bit, I don't know if you can see there's a little gap at the top there. Can you see the gap? And I'm just going to fill that with sausage meat to lock in the cheese and chorizo. I don't want it getting out. So it's always nice to have some sausage meat handy to fill gaps, whatever you're up to. Okay, so now with the sausage meat filling the gap, I'm going to roll that over, and I'm going to just try and pull it a bit tighter to seal up El Gordo. We've got to do the ends as well, I've got to push the ends in as well. You don't want El Gordo spilling out the side, do we? There we go, we've got our fatty all done now. You could use it straight away if I'd heated up the smoker, but I'm going to put it in the fridge for a bit because I think it helps to sort of chill it down and keep it intact when you're handling it. So when lockdown kicked off really and all the garden centres and everything shut, I ordered a couple of big bags of restaurant grade charcoal so I could do smoking and barbecuing throughout the summer. So I'm going to use that for the first time here. I'm going to get the smoker out. It's always a risky moment this because I have to remember whether or not I cleaned it last year, because one year I left it over the winter uncleaned and it was the rankest thing of all time and it stank. This doesn't smell, this seems fine. I'm pretty certain I remember cleaning it, so hopefully we'll unpack the smoker and everything will be fine. looking great, perfect. Now I'm not going to go into too much detail about how the smoker works, because if you're interested in that, I've done a couple of other smoking videos before. The fatty video, which I'll put up to that side, I can't remember, put up there. And also there's another one where we smoked macaroni and cheese, and I think something else, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I'll put that up there as well. So if you want to find out more about the smoker, you can learn a bit there. But what I need to do first is start get a few little bits of charcoal burning. So once the coals are nice and hot, you can take them out of here and you can put them on top of the unlit coals. Tongs are probably the best way to do it. You can just tip it in, but they tend to go everywhere. You gotta be slightly careful, haven't you? The size of this one, what a beast! Actually, I'm just going to tip it in because I got bored. Once you've added that, you want to leave it 10 minutes so it starts to get the rest of the coals underneath on fire as well. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Let's assemble the smoker. Right, straight away we can see it's far too hot. It's at 145, 147, so I'm going to close the vent on the top, let less air through, and hopefully bring down the temperature inside the cooking hole. So the temperature's come down to a much more respectable 121 in the barbecue. So what I'm going to do is first of all add this. This is the wood we're going to use to smoke. I'm using apple wood because I always think apple and pork go quite well, don't they? So just one little chunk should be enough. You can use two. I'm just going to go for one. I'm just going to open one of these little holes and chuck this in. Now it's time for El Gordo. So here he is. He's been in the fridge to firm up nicely. Look at him spilling out of his meaty casing. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and minimise how long the lid's off for, because when the lid's off it brings up the temperature of the coal. We don't want it to get too hot again. So I'm going to peel back this cling film and I'm going to try and put El Gordo in without him disintegrating. Now El Gordo, now! I'm going to put his prong in. Oh, he's really breaking up. Ah, that's hot. And now El Gordo will rest. So an exciting moment now in the life of El Gordo. We're going to get to see how he's coming along for the first time. We've got about half an hour to go of cooking time. So I've just got some barbecue sauce I put in here. I'm just going to brush that over El Gordo's exterior. Oh my word. So it's been quite an easy smoke today. There's not really been any adjustments needed. Sometimes you have to change the vents or add extra thing to bring the temperature up and down of it, but it's been quite steady. I mean, just looking now, temperature's 118, right in the middle of that 107 to 135 range that you want it to be in. We've been about 2.5 hours, and so it's time to check out, to release and taste El Gordo. Let's have a look. So he certainly looks the part, but how does El Gordo taste? Let's take a slice of him and find out. looks like. Good. So, first things first, El Gordo tastes magnificent. I don't think he's as good as the original fatty, in a number of ways. You can see I overfilled the fatty. I don't think I had the sausage meat thin enough. So, you can see there, it's quite thick there. I think I needed to flatten it down a bit more like I did last time. And obviously split open a bit, but it still tastes absolutely fantastic. Could have done more barbecue sauce on, but there wasn't as much surface area there. I couldn't flip it over because then the cheese would have come out. So I'm going to call El Gordo a success, but not the perfect Spanish fatty. Maybe one day we'll revisit it. We've got a plan when all this is over, all the lockdown stuff. We had Blue Van Man was keen to come down and do this, and Jack Mate was going to come as well, and Stevie White and a few others. So we thought we might have a little YouTubers barbecue, cook some fatties, hang out in the garden. But kind of depends on when we can get out, I guess. In the meantime, I don't think my kids are going to eat this. My wife's pescatarian, so see how long it takes me to eat all of El Gordo. Thanks for watching.